And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. There are some stories that absolutely stagger the imagination, and this is one of them. If it wasn't all documented in the archives of the United States government, you'd declare that nothing so fantastic, so colossal could have taken place as the events set in motion by the man known as the Baron of Arizona. Tom Whedon, owner and editor of the local newspaper in Florence, Arizona, lived through all these events.
I've even saved one of the first notices he posted back in '83. What a bombshell that was.
Aviso, hearken all ye men. That person or persons now situate on La Baronia de Ozonic, known also as the Peralta Grant, will be subject to removal unless proper arrangements are made.
Pay through the nose, in other words.
By order of the Baron Don James Addison de Peralta Rivas. Where was this Peralta Grant?
Not was, is. You're standing right in the middle of it. Here, I'll show you. It runs from here 225 miles east, clear into New Mexico, and south some 75 miles. Takes in nearly 11 million acres altogether, including the capital city of Phoenix and us, here.
One man owns the whole thing?
Every foot of it, so he claims. Every ranch, every building, every homestead, every mine.
My gosh.
You can imagine the panic when those notices appeared. Folks who had pioneered here, spent half their lives developing the land, suddenly discovering they were trespassers, facing ruin if they didn't come to terms with the Baron.
He just appeared from nowhere?
Like a bolt from the blue, but armed with every possible credential, a whole parade of documents.
Seems hard to believe.
I, for one, didn't believe it. I wrote a whole series of editorials urging people to stand up and fight for their rights against an imposter. Now it seems I was wrong. Two of the greatest lawyers in the United States, Roscoe Conkling and Robert Ingersoll, have investigated the claims, and they can't find a flaw in them. They've just issued a statement to that effect. James Addison Rivas is indeed the Baron de Arizonac and Caballero de los Colorados.
So, what are you going to do?
You said you wanted to be a newspaper man, graduate from typesetting.
Well, Yeah, sure.
Then go down there and see the Baron and get me the whole story.
Who, me?
Yes, you. Saddle up and get going.
But gosh, where to? Whereabouts in all those 11 million acres?
Here. Only a day's journey on horseback.
Mr. John Rayburn of the Southern Pacific Railway.
Your Excellency, the directors of the Southern Pacific agree, in the light of our lawyer's findings, that the railroad is trespassing upon rights-of-way which belong legitimately to you, and are therefore prepared to pay for the privilege of crossing your property. I've brought with me a certified check for the amount you stipulate, $50,000.
My compliments to your directors. I'm pleased the matter has been amicably settled.
Mr. Frank Carlson of the Silver King Mine.
Mr. Rivas?
Don James de Peralta Rivas.
Acting upon instructions from the owners of the Silver King Mine, I've brought you this payment.
$25,000? A mere bagatelle.
It represents...
You mined nearly $500,000 worth of ore last year, declared a dividend of $200,000. And now you have the audacity to offer me, the rightful owner of this land, a paltry $25,000.
Which represents, as I was about to say before being interrupted, our first installment.
Oh, well. That's different.
The Baron will talk with you now. His official audiences are ended.
I'm sorry to have kept you waiting, sir.
I found it very illuminating. So they all capitulated, even the big boys.
They have no choice.
They would like to know if they may be excused.
They have my permission.
You may go.
As heirs to the Peralta estate, I feel they cannot begin too young learning about its administration, meeting their tenants and
No, you cannot go in there. Don Peralta is busy.
I don't care how busy he is. I'm a-talking to him right now. So,
Little princess.
dress them in velvet, while our young'uns go around in gunny sacks. Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Don Peralta Rivas. Us settlers have had a meeting, and we're not paying any tribute. We're free Americans. We sweat blood to homestead this land, and we're not knuckling down to no land grabber with a fancy title. Rob us! Grind our noses! We'll show you whose land this is!
There was no need for you to run like that, Sophia.
I was afraid for the children.
You would not dare lay hands on a Peralta. Out the side door. You will remain here, my dear. My apologies for the disturbance.
Does this happen often?
They hate us, these people.
Was it our fault they settled on land to which they had no right?
The government had deeded it to them.
The government is going to compensate me for all my trouble in clearing these claims. I'm demanding $50 million.
I feel sorry for these people.
Would you like to be back where I first met you? These Spaniards, all temperament.
You're not Spanish yourself?
No, English descent. Born plain James Addison Rivas. It's my wife in whose veins flows the blood of the Peraltas.
My great-grandfather, McGill de Peralta, received the grant from King Ferdinand VI back in 1748. He lived at court, was gentleman of the king's bedchamber. Wasn't that his title?
He had a great many titles, my dear. Do you read Spanish?
A little.
Then you might be interested in the Peralta genealogy. Over there. A beautiful example of old bookbinding.
Smell that old parchment.
Ah, here we are. The record of the first Baron. Don Miguel Nemecio Silva de Peralta de Córdoba, with 2 pages listing the various titles and emoluments bestowed on him by the Spanish crown. Here the records show that his son, the second Baron, went to Mexico with his daughter and son-in-law, then later to California. In San Bernardino, they were caught in the flood, the famous San Bernardino flood. In San Bernardino, twin children were born to the Baron's daughter, a boy and a girl. The boy died, but the girl was christened Sofia Loreto Micaela Maso y Silva de Peralta, my wife, the only living blood descendant of old Miguel de Peralta, and heir to all his estates.
All our family records are just kept on a flyleaf of a Bible.
How simple, compared with all that.
Those are records, too?
Every one of them.
Gosh.
Don't be alarmed. You will not have to look at them all.
Well, there's one thing I would like to see, and that's the original grant itself.
That, unfortunately, is not in my possession at the moment.
Oh.
It's on exhibit at the state capitol in Phoenix, along with some other documents sent over by the Spanish government. We felt it might be of interest to the public, since the barony takes in such a large part of Arizona.
Bill, you're a born reporter. Couldn't have gotten a more complete story myself.
Well, this isn't all of it. Would you go over to Phoenix with me and take a look at the Peralta documents on exhibit there? The original grant's among them.
You go.
I've already seen them. Stopped on my way back from the Barrens.
And what's the idea of going again?
Oh, I got to thinking we might get pictures of them.
We should, by all means. They're not too faded to reproduce well.
You're a better judge of that than I am.
Nonsense. You know a lot about paper and print. However, I'll go with you.
Thank you, sir.
Matter of fact, I'm curious to get a squint at the document that's made us all underlings of the Baron of Arizona.
And here's the grant. Royal decree. Signed by Ferdinand VI of Spain.
Those old printers weren't half bad either. When you think that's almost 150 years old.
I don't.
You don't what?
I don't think that paper is more than 15 years old.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying that this document isn't old either. The date is 1757. Take a look at the watermark on the paper.
Big cedar bond.
Made by a mill in Wisconsin that wasn't started until after the Civil War.
Jumpin' catfish. So this is why you were so anxious for me to come here.
Yes.
You haven't breathed it to anyone else?
Not a living soul.
Good. We've got to act with the utmost caution so Rivas doesn't get wind of it.
And we've got to act fast, too. These documents are being returned to Madrid any day now.
I'll have an expert on the job in an hour.
I'm sorry, madam. The exhibit is closed. That was close. How much longer is it going to take the learned professor?
I don't know.
I don't see why we have to go through this rigmarole. We know the papers are forgeries.
I've been made a fool of by the Baron before. This time I'm not showing my hand until I have indisputable evidence to lay before the authorities.
Well, well.
The signature of the king was written with a steel pen, not quill. And the ink used is what is known as logwood, invented by a German scientist.
When, Doctor? When?
Sometime during the present century.
That's all we need to know. Next stop, the United States Court of Private Land Claims.
They've arrested the Baron.
What does he say?
Denies everything, of course. How's this look? The biggest type we've got.
I was nearly 16 years old before I learned who I really was. I had grown up a waif, passed from hand to hand, and was working as a servant on a ranch near the Dragoon Mountains in Arizona. When one day, a stranger sought me out and told me things that were to change my whole life.
Sofia Loreto Micaela Masso y Silva de Peralta.
That's me?
I'll take you to the mission of San Salvador, near San Bernardino, and show you the birth record.
I can't read.
Oh, my poor little Sophia. We'll change all that.
What are you looking at?
The blueness of your veins, in which flows the blood of Spanish grandees. I've been searching for you for years, my child. Thank heaven I've found you.
He placed me in a convent school where the good sisters educated me, trained me in the ways of a lady. He bought me beautiful clothes, jewels. He showed me the world. And I loved him with all my heart. It was on our honeymoon in Spain that he gave me these twin miniatures.
Your great-grandfather, my darling, Don Miguel de Peralta, and his wife. From whom you inherit the vast Peralta grant and the title, Baronesa de Arizona y de Colorados.
And what does that make you?
Oh, Baron, of course, my sweet simpleton. Baron of Arizona. Started back 30 years ago when I was a streetcar conductor in St. Joseph, Missouri, with plenty of time on my hands to dream. I wanted to become rich and powerful as the old Spanish conquistadores I'd read about. How did they get that way? Through land grants from the crown. Gradually, the idea took shape in my mind. There was one great talent I possessed, which I'd used in the army to advantage. I was an expert forger. So I gave up my job on the horse car and drifted down to Arizona. And there one night in a cheap frontier restaurant, fate played right into my hands. In the person of a ne'er-do-well by the name of Willing.
300 square leagues of land in the very heart of Arizona. It's worth millions of dollars.
Only it's a fake.
What do you mean, a fake? Why, I got this straight from one of the Peraltas down in Mexico.
Oh, no, you can't fool me. I'm an old hand at this game. How much do you want for it?
Well, it cost me $1,000.
I'll give you $10.
$10? That's an insult.
Go peddle it somewhere else.
Make it 20.
15.
Well, would you like me to make out a deed?
No, thank you. I can attend to that myself. I now knew what I was going to do. It would take time and patience, ingenuity and nerve. But I was going to establish my claim to this fictitious grant of 300 square leagues. Nearly 11 million acres in Arizona. I studied Spanish, old and new, till I was a master of the language. I practiced the art of writing on parchment with a quill pen, copying the style of the old scribes and padres. I invented an entire family tree for the Peraltas, with documents to substantiate even the tiniest twig. I traveled to Mexico, to Portugal, to Spain, placing these forgeries in the proper places among official records, in libraries, museums, and monasteries. Sometimes it was only necessary to erase a few words with chemicals, substituting others in their place. Sometimes I would exchange whole pages. How did I gain access to these archives and not get caught? I managed. Like the time in a monastery in Sevilla, when the padre in charge insisted on hanging around.
Senor, you are ill?
Just faint. It will pass.
The air in here is close and musty. You are not used to it. Here, senor, sit down. There you are.
I'll be all right. If I could just have a glass of wine.
Certainly, I'll get it right away. You stay where you are.
Thank you. It took me nearly 10 years. Even then, I wasn't through. To cement my claim, I would marry a girl whom I could pass off as the only living descendant of old Miguel de Peralta. She must be the right age, a waif, ignorant of her own origin, beautiful and gullible. I found her. The rest you know, gentlemen.
James Addison Rivas, for the crimes which you have committed, this court sentences you to 6 years' imprisonment in the state penitentiary at Santa Fe. Somebody said they thought they saw his wife not long ago in a little Mexican village. It's where she took the children after the divorce.
Well, if folks are kind, they'll leave her alone.
Good morning. Rivas! You recognize me. I'm glad. So many people don't.
What brings you here?
Oh, yes. The bright young man who knows so much about ink and paper.
If you've come here to threaten us...
Threaten? No. I want to give you a story for your newspaper. I have devised a plan for a huge water project that would irrigate this whole region around here. Revolutionize agriculture. Oh, it'd take money. Millions of dollars. But I will float a bond issue.
You?
Once the public learns the facts, they'll rush to subscribe. All I need is publicity. A good front page story.
Mr. Rivas.
Do you have a map of Arizona here? The idea is to build a great dam on the Gila River, impound its waters. The place is southeast of Globe, where the river bends. Here. The Peralta Grant. 300 square leagues. 11 million acres. And I owned it.
Claimed you did.
I fooled the biggest men in this country for 12 long years.
And you might have got away with it longer if it hadn't been for little men like Bill here all over America who know their jobs.
For a while, Rivas skulked around the streets of Phoenix. Then he faded from sight altogether. And that, my friends, is the story of the Baron of Arizona. Fantastic, colossal, but true, every word of it. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. The story you're about to hear is laid in a small lumber camp known as Saw Pits on the South Fork of the American River, not far from the place where gold was first discovered in 1848. The title of the story is Loggerheads. The great gold rush of 25 years ago is over. The river bars no longer swarm with red-shirted miners. The Sierra foothills now ring with the sound of axes as young men like Cy Seabour and Vic Burt fall timber to supply the sawmills downstream with lumber for the growing state of California. This is the day of the annual log riding contest, a big event in the river camp of Saw Pits, with a queen to award a medal and a kiss to the winner.
The winner, Silent Seymour. Nice going, Si. Come on up and claim your prize. Come on. Look, none of you little pecks in the cheek either. Let's see you really kiss you. Let go of me. Oh, don't be bashful.
Congratulations to the champion log rider.
Thank you, ma'am. Well, kiss him, Flo. Give him a big smack.
With pleasure. You big lump.
What are you waiting for, Baldy? Mail?
Female. Here she comes now.
Morning, Flo.
Hello, Vic.
Where are you bound for?
Sacramento. I got a wonderful new job working at the new Helvetia Hotel.
You mean you're leaving us for good?
Well, the chance came along, so I grabbed it. After all, what is it for a girl here?
Oh, come now. Queen of the camp?
Queen. Don't make me laugh.
We'll miss you, Flo.
Well, thanks.
All set, miss?
Yes.
Get her.
Drop us a line and let us know how things go with you. Bye.
Bye.
Well, I hope you're satisfied. Drove the prettiest girl in camp out of camp.
I did.
Sure. The way you treated her the other day in front of everybody. No wonder she feels she's got no future here. Look, Vic. I
never even kissed a girl in private, let alone in public.
You haven't?
No.
Well, then it's high time you started.
Well, I don't see why she couldn't have just presented the medal and been done. My medal, Vic. She got away with my medal.
Write and ask her for it.
Oh, I can't do that.
Why not? You know her address? Delvisha Hotel, Sacramento.
Oh, forget it.
Well, it's your medal, Si. You want it. You just sit down and write her a letter.
Vic? I don't know how.
Well, it's easy. All you gotta say is...
I don't know how to write.
You don't know how to write? How come?
Well, I just never learned. I can't read either.
Not a word?
Not a word.
Well, you ought to learn, Si. Comes in handy sometimes. Especially when you want to write a girl.
Who said I wanted to write her? I just want my medal, that's all.
I'll tell you what, Si. I'll write the letter for you.
Would you, Vic?
Sure. I've got pen and ink right here. There we are. Now, you just tell me what to say.
All right. Just say, Dear Madam.
She ain't. She's a miss.
All right, dear Miss. Please send me my medal, which you got, yours truly, Si Seymour.
Look, Si, why don't you go over to the store and buy a postage stamp and I'll do the writing.
All right. You better cut out that yours. Sounds too personal.
Sure. Dear Flo.
Regards, Si Seymour. P.S. At your convenience, will you please send me my medal? Thank you for letting me read it, my dear.
I can't get over it. He's always been so bashful. That's why they call him Si, short for silent.
Still waters run deep, you know.
He prints real nice and neat, don't he?
My husband always used to say that you could judge a man's character by his handwriting.
Oh, here's a medal if you'd like to take a look at that, too.
Oh, I would indeed. Oh. Champion Log Rider, California, 1873. My, that's quite a trophy, isn't it?
Oh, I wish you could have seen him on that log, Mrs. Perrin. He's a great big strapping fella. Oh, but the way he moves his feet and balances. Like a tightrope walker. Oh, but listen to me going on like this to somebody I hardly know.
Oh, I hope you'll consider me a friend, my dear.
Oh, I do, Mrs. Perrin. And you've been perfectly lovely to me. Brand new like I am here at the hotel.
Elderly widows get lonely in hotels, too, you know. But you send this medal back to the young man right away, and a nice letter with it, huh?
Yes,
Read it to me again, Vic. Real slow.
All right. Dear Si, I was very pleased to receive your letter and know that my presence is missed.
Who said anything about missing her?
Well, you know women, Si. They always jump at conclusions.
Well, go on.
Sacramento is full of important people. I even saw the governor once. But nobody quite takes the place of old friends like yourself.
Does she honestly say that?
Well, now, you don't think I'd make it up to you, Si? Well, here, look for yourself.
You know I can't read.
Well, there it is, word for word. And she signs herself, yours with the highest esteem, Flo.
The only letter I ever got in my life. She sure writes a pretty hand, don't she?
Mm-hmm. Real ladylike.
Scent.
Yeah, let me smell. And violets.
Well, don't smell it all up. After all, it is my letter.
When are you going to answer it?
Answer it?
Well, it's only polite to write and thank her for sending the medal.
Gosh, this is getting real complicated.
No, we can do it like we did before. You dictate and I'll write.
All right. But we'll make it short and sweet.
Another letter from him.
He didn't waste any time, did he?
A full page this time, look.
May I read it?
Oh, yes, please. I'd like you to.
My dear Flo, thank you for sending me the medal. It means a lot more to me now, knowing that it has been in your possession. He has a real nice way of expressing himself, doesn't he?
Read what else he says.
Someday I shall claim the other half of the reward that was supposed to go with it.
He means the kiss.
Oh. Well, you put some crosses at the end of your next letter.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin, dare I?
I think it'll intrigue him. It's what you've been hoping for.
Oh, yes. Yes. And I was so afraid he'd never come out and pop the question.
I take it you're going to accept him.
Oh, of course I am. I love him. I'll mail my answer tonight.
Good, darling.
Must be a storm coming. There's the whistle. We better make a run for it.
Now, wait a minute, Si. I don't like to leave anything that might come crashing down without a warning. What do you say we finish this one, huh?
You're right, but let's make it fast. Timber! Quick! Carry you out. I'll try not to hurt you too bad.
Don't leave me here. Go get help.
Let another tree fall on you? Let's go. Hi, Vic. How you feeling?
This is worse than winter underwear. I itch, but I can't scratch.
Well, at least they got the bandages off of your head, so you can read to me again.
Did you get another letter?
It was here the night I brought you out of the woods. I've been carrying it around with me ever since.
Oh, you'll have to hold it for me, Si. My dearest.
Dearest?
I think I must be dreaming. Then I look at your letter again and know it's true. You love me. You want to marry me. Oh, Si, if only I had your powers of expression to tell you what is in my heart. All I can utter is the single word, yes. Your loving Flo. Well, congratulations.
I'm engaged to be married?
Oh, you've been engaged for 2 weeks, only you didn't know it.
Nearly 3 weeks. I wonder what she must think of me for not acknowledging this.
Better get an answer off to her right away.
How can I?
Well, have one of the other boys write it for you.
A brand new, different handwriting, that'd sure look funny, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. Well, I guess the only other thing for you to do is to go to Sacramento and see her.
Not with you laid up like this.
Oh, you've done enough for me, Si. Saved my life. No, I can manage.
I'm riding herd on you till you get those casts off.
Well, what about your fiancée?
My what? Oh, Flo. Well, I'm sure she'll understand.
What could have happened? 3 weeks now, and not a word.
It certainly does seem strange.
Maybe he's changed his mind.
My dear child, no. After that ardent letter?
Then why don't I hear?
There must be some good reason.
Oh, I wish now I hadn't been so forward, accepting him right off.
Nonsense. He asked you to marry him. You have it in black and white. Now there's only one thing for you to do. Go back to Sawpits and see him.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin.
Well, you'll never have any peace of mind till you do.
But supposing, just supposing.
Just supposing that I go with you.
Oh, Mrs. Perrin, would you?
I'm dying to meet this young man myself. Well. Now, is there any place in the camp for us to stay?
The shingle house, where I used to work.
Good. We'll pack right away and take the evening steamer up the river. Oh.
Imagine the most terrible things. That you were sick or dead or that you had jilted me.
Flo.
Why didn't you write and tell me about Vic?
I'm sorry.
I waited for a letter every day. Oh, Si, no man ever wrote such letters as you. It was then that made me fall in love with you.
I'm glad. When are we going to get hitched?
You set the date.
Today. Tomorrow?
Si, give me a little time. Say next Sunday?
Next Sunday it is, then.
A day of pure gold.
That from the Bible?
Oh, silly, that's from your own letter.
What letter?
The one proposing to me. The day that you're mine will be a day of pure gold.
I never.
Well, it's right here in your own handwriting. And pages more. I know it almost by heart. The first 2 lines. You are the sun and the moon and the stars to me.
Let me see that.
Oh, you're not going to tear it up.
No.
There's nothing wrong in being poetic when you're in love.
I'll give it back to you, Flo. Just let me have it for a little while to kind of mull over.
Well, if you'll promise not to lose it. And this letter I want to keep for the rest of my life.
I promise.
All right, I admit it. So I did embroider him a little.
A little? You turned them into poetry and spun them out into pages.
Well, it did the trick, didn't it, Si? She's going to marry you.
Maybe.
Well, I thought it was all set.
She fell in love with me on account of these letters, Vic. She told me so.
Well, good.
Only I didn't write these letters. You did.
She don't need to know.
You think I'd marry her not knowing? You're going to tell her, Vic.
Me?
You deceived her. Now, you're going to square me with her.
Oh, now looky here.
She wants to come see you anyway.
You're making me feel like a criminal, Si. I thought I was doing you a favor. Honest, I did.
Gosh darn it, why didn't I ever learn to read and write?
I'm glad to see you coming along so fine, Vic.
Yeah. Doc's gonna take these blame casts off tomorrow.
Then you'll be able to stand up with Si at our wedding. How wonderful.
You're really in love with that guy, ain't you?
Head over heels.
Oh, he's a great guy. 4 square. Just to show you how square. I know you won't believe this, Flo, but he seems to think I ought to take the credit for some of the things that went into those letters he sent you.
You should. Why?
Well, once in a while I'd throw in a suggestion or two, and, well, you know, Si, he's not one for long words. Once in a while he gets stuck, and, well, you know, Flo, 2 heads are better than 1.
But he did write those letters.
Oh, they were from him, sure.
I mean, he wrote them with his own hand.
Well, his name was signed to him, wasn't it?
Vic.
Would you mind handing me that pitcher of water on the table there, Flo? I'm kind of thirsty. Thanks.
You wrote those letters, Vic. Didn't you?
Well, I just happen to have pen and ink handy, and...
And he doesn't know how to write. That's the truth, isn't it?
Well, what if he don't? That's nothing against him. He just never took the time to go to school, that's all.
And I suppose he can't read either.
Lord knows he wished he could. Especially these past few months. Look, Flo, the little things like reading and writing, why, you can teach that to him after you're married.
Thanks, Vic. Thanks for telling me, Vic. Thanks for the letters. They were beautiful.
Your own made pretty darn wonderful reading, too, Flo.
You said you had something you wanted to tell me, Flo.
Yes. And it's so much easier to say it out here than in that stuffy parlor at the Shingle House.
What is it, Flo?
I saw Vic yesterday.
Yes, I know you did.
He's going to be able to stand up with you at our wedding.
You mean you're still willing to marry me after learning that he wrote those letters?
I love you, Si.
Could love a man who can't read and write? I'm so ashamed, Flo. A grown man like me, and I don't know as much as a little kid that high.
I can't hold it against you, Si. Because, well, you see, I can't read or write either.
You can't? But what about all those letters?
Mrs. Perrin wrote them for me and read me yours.
She did? Can't believe it. All that pretty handwriting. Flo.
Si.
Here they come.
Three cheers for the bride and groom! And the parade! And the parade! And the parade!
What does that say?
That sign says, excuse our dust.
I think you're a doggone liar.
Goodbye, Mrs. Perrin.
Goodbye,
And thanks for
darling.
everything.
Goodbye, Vic. And thanks.
Good luck, Si.
Why, you're in love with her, too.
Whatever gave you that idea?
I read those letters.
Well, they ought to be good. I've had a lot of practice writing love letters to hundreds of girls.
It seems to me all this goes to show that there are none more literate than those who understand the language of the heart. Howdy, folks. I'm the Old Ranger with an exciting new story of real life in the Old West. In 1876, Bismarck, Dakota Territory, was the jumping-off place of civilization. The western end of the telegraph line, and the place where Colonel Clement Lounsbury established his frontier newspaper, the Bismarck Tribune, and where, as correspondent for the New York Herald, he performed a journalistic feat that has gone down in history as the Great Lounsbury Scoop. Across the river from Bismarck lies Fort Lincoln, U.S. cavalry post under the command of that popular hero and great Indian fighter, General George Armstrong Custer. Events are in the wind on the spring morning of 1876 as Custer visits the Bismarck Tribune office.
General!
Lounsbury!
Good to see you.
Nice to see you.
My assistant, Mark Kellogg, General Custer. How do you do, sir?
Nice to know you. Well, my orders have come through. I'm to command the 7th Cavalry in the campaign against the Sioux.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Can you take the summer off?
Take the summer off, huh?
You're coming with us to cover the story.
Well, I understood all newspaper men were barred.
You're the one exception. Special permission from General Terry.
Now, how does that happen?
I asked for you. Better start getting ready.
Oh, I'll be ready.
Good. Well, I've got things to attend to. Kellogg?
General?
I'll be talking to you, Colonel.
Did you hear that, Mark? I'm to accompany the troops to the Badlands.
It's quite a break.
I envy you. You'll have to run the paper in my absence. And take over my assignment as correspondent for the New York Herald. I'm wiring Bennett right now. Take this over to the telegraph office and give it to Carnahan. Oh, wait a minute. Here's Carnahan himself.
Dispatches from St. Louis and Chicago. Say, what's going on? I just saw General Custer leave here.
Well, you send this off pronto and you can read about it yourself.
James Gordon Bennett, New York Herald. General Custer has arranged for me to accompany expedition against the Sioux. Well.
General Custer has arranged for me to accompany expedition against the Sioux. Well, think of it, Miller. We'll be the only newspaper in the country with its own correspondent on the spot.
Well, it's about time we got something out of that backwoods town.
It's going to be quite a show. And the Hurl's in on the ground floor.
We're moving out next Wednesday morning. The entire 7th Cavalry, 6 companies of infantry.
Well, can we release all this to the public?
Every Sioux in the country probably knows it already. Now, the plan, you see, is to converge on Sitting Bull from 3 different directions. Come in.
Message for Colonel Lounsbury. Mrs. Lounsbury's been taken ill. They want you home as soon as possible.
General,
Go on, Lounsbury.
Oh, it's no use, Mark. Under the circumstances, I can't go. You'll have to go in my place.
Me?
Well, I know it's terribly short notice for an absence of months, but...
That's all right. I have no family.
Troops leave Fort Lincoln tomorrow. If you hurry, you can make the next ferry.
It's a good thing I keep extra shirt and socks in the office.
Yeah, here's some paper and pencil for your notes.
I'll keep a diary.
Good. Don't forget your pipe. Send back dispatches by pony as often as you can. And Mark, stay close to Custer and you'll get plenty of copy.
Oh, I guess I'd better wear these. I won't be able to see where I'm going. I'll do my best.
Well, this isn't goodbye. I'll be at Fort Lincoln to see you and Custer off.
Major, take charge.
Troops in front! By twos! Forward! Hello!
Here you are, Carnahan. Story of Custer's departure for the New York Herald.
That was quite a send-off, wasn't it?
Yes. I envy Mark Kellogg.
On that mule? I know what you mean, though. Chance to see Custer in action. Oh, by the way, how's Mrs. Lounsbury?
Oh, she's better, thanks.
Good.
Special to New York Herald.
You don't look very happy, Miller.
Lounsbury didn't go.
Are you sure?
Well, here it is. A description of Custer's departure. That's probably the only exclusive story of the expedition we're going to get.
He must have had some reason.
Oh, you know these small town editors.
Well, run this and trust we get some more.
Valley of the Little Bighorn, June 1876. Sure enough, dispatches came back to Bismarck regularly, by courier for the next few weeks. From the Little Missouri, the Powder River, the Yellowstone, and then silence.
Those drums are getting on my nerves.
Just friendly Indians across the river.
They were going all last night.
Well, the white man celebrates the 4th of July. Indians got to celebrate, too.
Celebrate what?
You're not worried, are you?
Well, we haven't received a dispatch in over a week.
You got to remember they're pretty deep in Indian territory. Takes longer to get word out.
Indians have their couriers, too, don't forget. I think I'd better get over to the post in the morning and see what I can find out.
Dispatch from the Tribune, Mr. Lansbury.
Good. Where's this from?
Rosebud Creek, sir, Montana.
Thanks very much. It's dated June 21st. We leave the Rosebud tomorrow, and by the time this reaches you, we will have met the Red Devils. With what results remain to be seen.
Good old Mark.
Listen to this. Last line of his dispatch. I go with Custer and will be at the death.
Colonel Lounsbury.
I'll have some coffee for you in a minute.
I'm afraid I've got a story for you, sir.
Oh? What is it?
Custer and all of his men. Wiped out.
What? How do you know?
Steamer far west just tied up. In from the Big Horn.
You better tell Mr. Carnahan to stand by.
Yes, sir.
Captain Marsh? Lounsbury, Bismarck Tribune.
Oh, yes. These are the wounded from Major Reno's command. 51 of them.
Oh, what of Custer's command?
Wiped out to the last man. Complete massacre.
We had a reporter with Custer. Mark Kellogg.
Oh, yes. Just a moment. This bag was found beside his body.
Could you please come to the Tribune office as soon as possible? I must get this whole story.
Clear the lines to St. Paul in the east. We've got news that'll rock the nation.
Cut me through, quick. Special. New York Herald.
Mark's diary. It's the whole story. Stained with his blood. Carnahan, when you get that line, keep it open. Keep it open no matter what.
Mr. Bennett?
Yes.
There's a wire from Bismarck. It's horrible.
All the Custers killed. Oh, God. Better get on the wire. Tell them to rush all particulars.
Operator, Bismarck. Rush. Me. Full. Particulars. Signed. James. Gordon. Bennett.
Oh, here's your first batch of copy. I'll feed you more as soon as I can write it.
Bismarck. July 6th.
Miller! Give this the whole front page.
I've wired our Washington correspondent to check with the War Department for a statement.
Good. And tell Bismarck to keep it coming.
Fine.
Rogers. Get over at the Trib office. Tell Lounsbury I'm running out of copy.
Well, he should have some. He's interviewing Captain Marsh.
First we knew was 2 days after the battle, when a Crow scout came staggering aboard the Far West. That's where we lay at the mouth of the Little Bighorn. We couldn't believe it, but it was true, all right. The Sioux had massed 3,000 men, and Custer had only 261.
Colonel Lounsbury, Mr. Carnahan needs more copy.
Then give him this, the list of the dead, and tell him to hang on to that wire. If we lose it, we'll never get through again.
Some more stuff from Bismarck. It's a list of the dead, including all 5 Custers.
Any word from Washington?
Not yet.
Can't understand it.
You don't think by any chance that our Bismarck correspondent has gone off half-cocked on this thing?
A story like this, a list of the dead? Impossible.
Well, if it's true, Army headquarters would be the first to be notified. You know, the costs on that open wire to Bismarck are running into a fortune.
I know. Tell Lounsbury to hold up further copy awaiting confirmation from Washington.
All right.
Where's Lounsbury?
Down on the Far West, interviewing some of the wounded from Reno's command.
Wire here from New York says hold up everything till further notice.
Hold up every... All right, I'll tell him, but I think you ought to send this anyhow.
Yeah.
So that's it, huh?
Hey, he just didn't wait. You know Custer, sir. Bravest man who ever put foot in a stirrup, but riding for glory.
Last anybody saw of him, he was leading the Gray Horse troop over the Divide. He was waving his hat.
Old battle couldn't have lasted more than an hour.
Well, thanks very much, man.
Oh, sir, there's something you might like to know. There was just 2 of the bodies the Indians left untouched. General Custer, your reporter, Mark Kellogg.
There's a man who can make the paper talk.
We'll make it talk. We'll make it scream. Clear across America.
Colonel Lounsbury.
I'm getting this copy out as fast as I can.
They don't want it.
What? Who?
New York, the Herald. They say to stop sending until they get word from Washington.
I do that. I break telegraphic communication with them now. I'll never establish contact with them again. Somebody else will grab the line.
Carnahan can't hold the line much longer anyway, sir. He's run out of copy.
Then give him this.
The Bible.
Tell him to keep sending scripture till copy is ready. If Bennett won't foot the bill, I will.
It'll run to thousands of dollars.
I'll pay for it if I have to sell the plant, but this story is going out.
Yes, sir.
Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day. And it came to pass...
From Washington?
No, it's from Bismarck. Completely disregarding our orders.
I can't understand this silence from the War Department.
They know nothing. They've got nothing to say.
That's incredible. General Sheridan must have received dispatches.
General Sheridan is in Philadelphia at the Centennial.
Well, send someone there to track him down.
I've already sent a man.
We're wasting valuable time. Is the story set up?
We're ready to roll, but we can't. It's too big a risk.
What does Lonsbury say this time?
Oh, nothing. He's singing psalms at his own expense.
Let me see that. Thou shalt not be afraid for... Miller, don't you see? He's holding the lines open with anything as long as they're words. He's really got a big one. The biggest in newspaper history, and he's going to see that we get it.
Well, maybe, but I just
Get the
can't...
presses rolling.
We still don't have a confirmation of it.
Then we'll run without it.
We don't dare.
Maybe we don't, but I do. And who owns the newspaper?
You do, thanks to the fact that your father founded it. Think of him, Bennett. If you publish the story of Custer's defeat and it proves to be untrue, well, the Herald's reputation will be ruined. And you'll never live it down.
I'll take my chances.
What is the word of some editor up in a stick somewhere compared with that of the U.S. government?
Release the story.
All right.
A bloody battle. General Custer killed. A horrible slaughter pen. I have heard of yellow journalism, but I never thought the New York Herald would be guilty of it.
Now, just a minute, Major.
To perpetrate a cruel hoax like this on the American public.
This story happens to be true, direct from our correspondent.
The War Department denies it, categorically.
Yes, I know.
General Sheridan, General Sherman, they give it no credence.
I still believe it.
Then you're a fool. And worse, if you were in the Army, you'd be court-martialed. Headquarters may still hold you responsible. I knew your father. He was a great newspaper man. He must be turning over in his grave.
I hope I haven't let you down.
No. Scouts on the frontier have a way of spreading stories, especially about Indian warfare. Your editor would have been wise to wait for a confirmation from headquarters.
You think it'll come, General Sheridan?
Nothing that horrible. It couldn't be. A defeat at the very worst, but not a wholesale massacre. Come in.
A dispatch from the War Department, sir. Addressed to you at Army headquarters and forwarded to you here. Sorry it was delayed.
It's true. Every word the Herald printed.
Any more? That's it. Over 80,000 words.
Oh, I kept praying my hand wouldn't get paralyzed.
Carnahan, do you know how long you've been at that key? 80 hours.
That all? Seemed like 80 years.
Well, there it is, the whole story. Interviews with General Sheridan, General Sherman.
Complete confirmation.
Good work, Miller.
Good work for you, sir. Taught me a good lesson in faith in my fellow newspapermen.
Yes. The honors go to Colonel Lonsbury. He had a great story. He recognized a great story. And he handled it with greatness.
And the way I've got it figured out, we're going to owe Western Union about $3,500, including charges on some Bible quotations.
The best $3,500 I ever spent. And you can spend a few more dollars of the Harrow's money, sending our thanks and our compliments to Colonel Lonsbury and to the telegraph operator. Better get along now and send that message off to Bismarck.
Yes, sir.
On the site of the old Western Union office in Bismarck, there stands today this marker commemorating that historic feat of journalism and telegraphy. Few news stories have so electrified a nation. And the Custer Battlefield National Monument, a simple stone of white marble, marks the grave of Mark Kellogg, the reporter who, as he prophesied, was with Custer at the death, and whose diary helped to piece together the story of that ill-fated campaign. Now, I have here in my hands at this moment some pages from that diary, stained with Kellogg's blood from the Battle of the Little Bighorn, June 25, 1876. Now, for these priceless pages and for all her other help, we are indebted to Mrs. Stella Mann, the present publisher of the Bismarck Tribune and successor to its founder, Colonel Clement Lonsbury. And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the old ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. It's the year 1871 in the famous old mining camp of Virginia City, Nevada. And a wedding celebration is in progress as our story opens. I call it Sixth Sense. May I have the pleasure?
No, thank you.
Well, perhaps I should introduce myself. I'm Steve McIntyre, the new superintendent at the Yellow Jacket Mine. That's a mighty tantalizing tune they're playing.
I don't dance.
I don't believe it. Please.
And I'm blind.
Well, forgive me. I had no idea. Suppose we sit it out then and just talk.
I don't feel like talking.
Hobson, who was that blind girl?
Susie Jarvis.
How long has she been that way?
Well, it happened about 3 years ago. There was an accident. Her folks were killed in it. I guess she's wished many times that she'd been killed in it, too.
Well, how does she get along?
The town looks after her. Mrs. Prentice gives her a room, and she gets her meals at Mrs. Wimmer's boarding house.
I think I'll start getting my meals at Mrs. Wimmer's, too. Mind if I sit here? I'm a new boarder.
You don't have to, Mr. McIntyre.
So you recognize my voice.
Here, my dear, I buttered a biscuit for you. And here's some nice stew. I'll get some vegetables for you in just a minute.
Thank you.
Mrs. Wimmer's a good friend, isn't she? At least her intentions are kind.
What do you mean by that?
She treats you as if you were helpless.
I am.
Are you?
You know I am. And you needn't look at me like that.
You're really amazing. Tell me.
I don't want to talk about myself.
And yet that's all you think about. You spend your life, as far as I can see, just sitting back.
What else can I do?
Well, you could at least be friendly. Give a fellow a smile.
When he goes out of his way deliberately to insult me, remind me I'm handicapped.
Now, wait a minute. You're not going to walk out on me again.
I don't want any dinner.
After someone has cooked it for you, served it to you, paid for it? Now, you eat your stew like a good girl before it gets cold. Come in. Susie.
Are you alone, Mr. McIntyre?
Yep, all alone. Come in.
Thank you. I've been thinking about what you said at supper last night.
Well, I'm afraid I was a bit rough.
Oh, no. It was just what I needed to jolt me. Oh, Mr. McIntyre, I would like to be able to do something to make myself useful, but what can I do without eyes?
Well, how about learning telegraphy?
Telegraphy?
It calls for keen ears. You certainly have those. The way you can recognize voices and sounds, and sensitive fingers. You have something else, too, that's denied to those of us who can see. It's a sort of a sixth sense, you might call it.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, the way you came into this room just now.
Yes?
Now, you sensed that chair was in your path before you even touched it.
Oh, yes.
You sense people's moods before they even speak. There's no reason in the world why you shouldn't make a first-class operator.
But would anybody hire a blind one?
You prove you've got the stuff, and there'll be a job for you.
The stuff. All right, I'll give it a try.
H. Dot, 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 dot.
H. Dot, 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 dot.
I. Dot, dot.
I. Dot, dot.
Good, now we'll go over it again. F. Dot, dash, dot.
F. Dot, dash, dot. C. Dot, dot, dash. No. C. Dot, dot, dot. D. Dash, dot, dot.
What are you doing, Susie?
Learning Morse code.
The Morse code?
It's Steve's idea. Mr. McIntyre's.
Well, and not a bad one. Go ahead. Don't let me interrupt.
J. Dash, dot, dash, dot. K. K. Dash, dash, dot.
No. K is dash, dot, dash.
K. Dash, dot, dash. Yeah. Now L. L is
dash dash?
No, L is a long dash.
Steve, I just can't do it. I tried and I tried and I can't.
What you need is a day off. Say, how about taking a drive with me up to the divide? Oh, I have to go up there anyway to look over some ground.
Oh, Steve, I'd love it. This used to be my favorite view.
It's marked by telegraph poles now and wires shining in the sun. Why, you'll be sending messages over those wires before long, Susie. Down to Carson Valley and over the Sierras to Placerville and Sacramento.
I wonder.
Oh, I'm sure of it. And the day you get that job, we're going to celebrate. We'll have dinner together at the International Hotel. Oysters and champagne. Is it a date?
It's a date.
Mr. Lynn.
Hello, Steve.
Welcome back, Steve.
My daughter, Mary. Steve McIntyre, my dear, superintendent of our mine.
A great pleasure.
How do you do? So, this is Virginia City.
Is your first visit here?
Yes.
Mary's just out of finishing school back east.
Well, I'm afraid you'll find this quite a contrast.
I hope so.
A man for breakfast every morning. That's the rule out here, huh, Steve?
Well, not since the vigilantes got busy.
Oh, dear. What about dinner then? Tonight?
I was just about to invite him myself, Mary.
I'd be honored, sir.
Good. Now let's get out to the mine as soon as we can. There's a lot of work to be done. Send our things to the hotel, please.
My, you sure look pretty, Miss Susie. Where are you going?
Out with Steve to celebrate my new job. Oh, here he comes now.
How do you know it's him?
By his footsteps.
Hello, Susie.
Hello, Steve. Did you get my message at the office?
No, I've been at the mine all day. What was it?
Well, I got a job, Steve.
Susie, no. Tell me.
Well, it isn't here in Virginia City, but at least it's nearby, just down the mountain in Dayton. Steve, I took a test.
And passed with flying colors. Oh, Susie, I'm so proud of you. I knew you could do it.
She's wonderful. But don't you go getting her all mussed up just before you take her out to dinner.
Dinner? Oh, our celebration. Susie, I'm terribly sorry, but I've already made other plans for tonight. I came here to tell Mrs. Wilmer I couldn't stay for dinner. If I'd only gotten your message sooner.
Oh, that's all right.
I'd break this other engagement, but it's with my boss, Mr. Lent.
Well, I understand, Steve.
We'll do it tomorrow night. How's that?
I'm afraid that'll be too late. I'm leaving on the morning stage.
Oh, that's a shame. Well, I'll be at the stage to see you off. Good night.
Good night.
There's a nice German restaurant down the street, Miss Susie. Not as classy as the International Hotel, but the food's good. And if you can stand the company of a Wells Fargo detective...
Thank you, Mr. Hobson, but I do feel rather tired. I think I'll just stay in tonight.
Goodbye, Susie, and good luck. I'll be thinking of you.
Thank you, Steve, for everything.
All aboard!
Good morning.
Why, hello, Mary.
Am I in time to mail a letter?
Sure, Miss Lent. I'll give it to the driver.
Thank you. I couldn't wait, Steve, to write back east and tell about my first dinner in Virginia City. Champagne and oysters. They'll never believe it.
box.
It's a holdup.
All right, come on out of there. Come on, shake a leg, sister. We ain't got all day. Where you carrying the rest of your money?
That's all I've got.
Now look, sister. You see this gun?
No, I don't.
Now don't get funny.
She's telling the truth. She's blind.
Blind. All right, go on, get back inside. Here. Here's your purse. All right, get going. Yeah.
Stage held up near Black Mountain by 2 road agents. Took Strongbox, Susie Jarvis.
They didn't get much of a haul, that's one good thing.
But when we ship out the spring cleanup...
That's still some weeks off, Steve. And they'll have no way of knowing which stage it goes out on.
I'm glad at least nobody got hurt.
Hello, you two.
Oh, Mary.
Are you ready? Steve's taking me to dinner in the theater tonight.
Then I won't keep him any longer. You go right along.
Her first official message.
Good night, Father.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good morning.
Good morning. May I help you, sir?
Is there a message here for Clanton?
Clanton. James Clanton?
That's right.
Yes, it came in about a half hour ago.
Good.
How do you like this weather we're having?
Doesn't bother me. I can take it or leave it. Come on, hurry up, sister.
Here it is.
Good.
Any answer?
Nope, no answer. Now look, sister. You see this gun?
Planned for big gold shipment from mine.
How does she know?
I couldn't say. But we're taking no chances. I'm putting 2 armed riders with that stage, and I'll be inside with Hobson.
You?
If they take this gold, they're going to have to take me with it.
Wait. Outriders. We wouldn't have a chance.
Oh, thank goodness you got through all right. I was so afraid you might not get my message in time.
How did you know?
A wire that came in. Here's a
Here's a copy of it.
Listen to this, Dave. Your spring jacket cleaned and packed out today. Hope you get it safely, Mother.
I thought at the time it was a strange message, and then, after I realized who Clanton was, I began to figure it out. It could only mean the spring cleanup from the Yellow Jacket mine.
Oh, bless you, Susie. I always said you had a sixth sense.
She should be the detective. Do you think you'd recognize this fellow again?
Oh, anywhere. There's no mistaking his voice.
Well, we'll let you prove it. Now, his partner hangs out in Virginia City, that's certain, and tips him off. Now, Clanton will be coming around here again, Susie, for more messages from him.
Uh-huh.
And when he does,
I'll be right on hand, waiting for him. Aren't you working pretty late this evening, Miss Susie?
Mr. Hobson, every time that door opens, I hold my breath. There was a fellow who came in here yesterday that walked exactly like that outlaw.
You know, I never get over marveling at you.
The change in me?
In just a few weeks, you've become a seasoned telegraph operator.
Steve deserves all the credit. Oh, when I think of what I was like when he first met me. But he started me out on a whole new life. He gave me hope and courage and...
Hello.
Steve!
So you haven't forgotten me.
Of course not. We were just talking about you. Or there's somebody with you. A lady.
What did I tell you? And you never said a word.
But her skirt rustled.
I'm Mary Lynn. Steve's told me so much about you.
How do you do?
You look real elegant in your ball gown, Miss Mary.
Oh, yes, it's beautiful.
Don't often see soup and fish around here, Steve. Where to?
Oh, we're down here for Senator Tyler's shindig.
We're so thrilled, aren't we, Steve?
I understand it's going to be a wonderful affair.
Any news of our man?
Not yet.
Yeah, he may have smelled a rat.
He'll turn up, sooner or later.
Just thought I'd drop in and ask.
Goodbye, Miss Jarvis. I'm so glad to have met you.
It was nice to have seen you.
Bye, Susie. See you later, Dave.
They'll make a handsome couple at the ball. Funny. First time Steve ever spoke to me was to ask me to dance. I refused. I wish now I'd said yes.
Howdy.
Good afternoon.
I'm expecting a telegram.
What is the name, please?
Tuttle, Frank Tuttle.
I think there is a wire that came in this morning, Mr. Tuttle. As I remember, it was from Virginia City. Yes, I'm sure of it. Now, where did I put it?
I hope you haven't mislaid it.
Here it is.
Why, this is blank.
But this ain't. You're under arrest.
What for?
Holding up and robbing the Virginia City stage on November 16th last.
I never held up a stagecoach in my life. You made a mistake.
There's no mistake. I was a passenger on the stage that trip, and I recognize you.
Recognize? You mean you take the word of a blind girl?
When it's Miss Susie's, I sure would, mister.
There is no doubt but what folks without sight develop keener ears than the rest of us. But to convict a prisoner simply on the strength of this young lady's recognizing his voice...
It is contrary to all the laws of justice.
I'm inclined to agree.
Your Honor.
I'm sorry, Mr. McIntyre. Mr. Hobson, but the evidence is not sufficient. I will have to release Mr. Clanton.
Here, get these things off of me.
Just a moment, Your Honor. There's something else that I've just remembered. At the time of the holdup, when the bandit handed me back my purse, my fingers touched his wrist. There was a jagged scar on it. Well, if you don't believe me, look for yourself.
Lock him up.
Good for you, Susie.
It just came in, Steve. So before you go, let's have the presentation.
You do the honors, Dave.
Miss Susie, on behalf of Wells Fargo, here's a check for $5,000.
What?
The reward that was offered for the arrest of Clanton.
$1,000?
And you earned every penny of it.
You did indeed. Oh, Susie, I'm so happy for you.
All aboard, Virginia City.
Oh, Steve, we better go. Goodbye, Susie. Goodbye, Mary.
Goodbye, Susie.
Steve, I just wanted to thank you again for everything you've ever done for me. How can I ever repay you?
By wishing me luck.
Oh, I do, Steve. With all my heart. She's the perfect wife for you.
God bless you, Susie.
I guess I got no further excuse to hang around here. A nice nest egg that'll make for you, that $5,000. You put it in the bank now and you'll never have to worry.
But I'm not going to keep it for myself. I'm going to use it to help other blind folks learn what I've learned. Oh, it doesn't have to be telegraphy, but anything that will help them to be useful and happy. Bring them out of the darkness.
Well, that makes it a lot easier for me. I'd hate to have anybody think I was going to marry you for your money.
Why, Mr. Hobson.
I love you, Susie. How could I help it? All the weeks I've been here, looking at you, talking with you.
But
I'd be the proudest man in the world if you'd be my wife. I'm not much to look at, just an old flatfoot.
But you're good, Dave. And kind. I'd be proud to be your wife.
Susie.
And so our story ends the same way it began, with wedding bells ringing in the old mining camp of Virginia City. Howdy. I'm the old ranger, and Death Valley's my stamping ground. Many's the tale of adventure I'm going to tell you about the Death Valley country. True stories, mind you. I can vouch for that. This story is about a man and a maid. It's laid back in the early 1880s in the country through which the 20-mule teams shuttled back and forth between Death Valley and the little railroad town of Mojave, 175 miles away. In that remote region, a trading post.
Nice trim leg. I've been wondering what they look like.
You're just the kind that would.
Sure, I ain't one to buy no pig in the poke.
Well, suppose you just stick to buying pigs and leave me alone.
Ain't you never gonna thaw out, Lori? What do you got agin me?
Nothing. And I haven't nothing for you either. It's Sal. Look at the way he rides. So easy.
All Indians ride that way. It's born in them.
You got back in a hurry, Sal. Must have been something important in the mail.
There was, Lori. Something real important. But I can't show it to you here. Let's go where we can talk.
Now, what is it?
Close your eyes.
No, Sal, no.
You don't like it?
I think it's beautiful, but I can't take it.
I don't understand. I thought you loved me, Lori, like I love you.
Oh, I do. But I can't marry you, Sal. I just can't.
Why? Because I work for your uncle?
No, that has nothing to do with it. It's because of this.
Because I'm Indian? But what difference does it make when the heart inside is the same?
But is it? An Indian woman knows what an Indian man is thinking and feeling. He don't have to say anything. She just knows. And a white woman knows the same about a white man, but we'd be strangers underneath. No, Sal. It's best for like to marry like.
If you knew you felt this way, Lori, why didn't you tell me before now?
I just couldn't let myself think ahead till now, Sal. I just kept hoping things would stay the way they was with us.
My people have a saying. Once the arrow has left the bow, it's too late to correct the aim. White man would say what is done is done. I'll go pack my things.
You're leaving?
Our love has been something that we could be proud of, Lori. If I stayed, it might become something that would bring us shame.
Oh, Sal.
So, this is just the way I figured I'd find you, little Miss High and Mighty, making love to a dirty Indian.
No, Sal, please, I don't want no trouble. Come on.
You'll have trouble whether you want it or not when your uncle hears about this. Here, I thought you was something nice and fine, and it just shows you how a gal can fool a fella. And all the time you was carrying on with him. I'll bet he don't have to worry about buying no pig in the poke. What does that mean?
It don't mean nothing, Sal.
Oh, yes, it does. It means plenty. It means she ain't no better than them girls in town, not even as good, because they won't have nothing to do with no Indian.
What the devil's going on out here?
This Indian and Lawyer are sweethearts. I saw him out behind the rocks.
Why, you dirty digger Indian.
With all the whiskey in you, that won't need disinfectant.
Get out of here.
I'm getting. But if you lay a hand on Lori, I'll come back and I'll kick you. I'm returning to my people. But I leave my heart here.
And so, with everything in the white man's world suddenly fallen to pieces around him, young Salsapuetas headed back to the Cocopa village where he'd been raised.
I was on my way to trading post to find you. Hear me talk. I bring sorrowful news. Your mother, Weepaw, is dead.
Weepaw was good mother.
Her love for you was strong. Her last thoughts of you. She say to give you this. It is yours.
White man's ornament. I've never seen it before. A white baby. Joe.
Weepaw say to tell you the truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. What rock? What wagon wheel? Was that all she said?
Her death was sudden. Her words were few. I have spoken.
Yeah, well, what you don't seem to savvy, Sheriff, is that dirty digger Indian tried to kill me.
Salsapuetas is no digger. He's a cocopaw. And you ain't told me yet what you was doing that caused him to throw the knife.
He was pestering my niece, Lori.
I caught him pestering her.
That's right. When I ordered him off the place, he gave me this.
I'll question him when I run across him.
When? Listen, Sheriff.
Meanwhile, I'm looking for somebody else. You ain't had any suspicious-looking customers around lately, have you?
Suspicious?
Yeah, prospectors with an unnatural amount of money to spend.
No such animal around these parts.
Why? Been a lot of mine robbing going on hereabouts.
You mean claim jumping?
These fellows don't bother to jump claims. They just go in and help themselves to the stuff. All the place is shut down for the hot weather.
Well, ain't nobody showed up here when they spend money.
Well, keep an eye out.
I will. I'll let you know.
Don't you see, Lori?
It's a white baby's locket, all right.
And I'm that baby. That's my name there, Joe.
This was so. Why didn't Weepaw tell you she wasn't really your mother while she was still alive?
I don't know. But she's told me now. With this. And the message she left.
Truth is on the rock by the wagon wheel. Sounds like a riddle.
But I'll find the answer. I'll find that rock. It may take time, but I'll do it. Only wait for me.
From that day on, Salsapuetas turned prospector, not hunting for gold or silver like most, but for the rock that would provide the clue to his identity, the proof that he was a white man. And months of fruitless searching has gone by, when one day, coming around a bend in a canyon...
Joe! It's your friend, Sandy. Joe! Cut it out, Joe! It's me! Cut it out, Joe! It's your friend, Sandy. Joe!
Son, I don't know where you come from, but wherever it is, you sure come just in time. No! Don't bring him to. Not till I get him tied up. He's loco.
Loco? You mean he's drunk?
No, just plain loco. From the heat. From sitting on that seat back yonder day after day and staring at the wagons ahead. Sort of like cabin fever.
Heard stories about this happening. I sort of figured they're just stories.
Well, it's a lucky thing for me you had a chance to find out different. Being a swamper on a 20-mule team ain't a hard job, but you got to have the right kind of constitution for it. There, that'll hold him. Now you can bring him to. How you feeling, Joe? Still unfriendly, huh? Couple of days rest in town will fix him up good as new. Say, how'd you like to make yourself $10?
Doing what?
Taking his place on that wagon as swamper till we get into Mojave? There's mighty nigh 80,000 pounds on them wheels. And it takes 2 men on the bricks going downhill to keep from running over the mules.
If I do the job good, can I keep it steady?
Well, son, after all you've done for me, there ain't nothing I can say but sure. My name's Sandy Edwards.
Mine's Joe.
Joe? No, that won't do. I don't know more Joes around me. Now, let me see, Bill, Ed, Charlie, Ike, that's it. I'll call you Swamper Ike.
Suits me.
All right, Ike. Let's get him in the wagon now and get going. Come on, Joe. We're going to make you nice and comfortable.
By the time they reached Mojave, Sal, or Swamper Ike as Sandy called him, had himself a steady job on the big team. And he had 2 reasons for wanting it. It gave him a chance to earn good money and a chance while doing it to scout the country between Mojave and Death Valley in his never-ending search for the rock that held the secret of his identity. It was desolate country. For 10 days at a stretch on the 165-mile journey, they never laid eyes on another human being. Much of the time, they never even seen each other, with the teamster riding down on the nigh-wheeler and his swamper perched on top of the rear wagon, working the brake on the down grades.
Dang hot weather will be on us before you know it. Be back by dark, Sandy.
Ain't you never going to give up looking for that rock by the wheel?
Never.
All I can say is you sure deserve to find it.
Sandy. Huh? Did you ever do any praying? Praying? Me? That preacher over in Mojave. He said you can get anything you want just by praying for it. You believe there's anything to it?
I don't know. But you've tried everything else. Why don't you give it a fling?
I'm going to. standing up on the ridge when I came out of the mine.
What was he doing way out there?
He's swamping for Sandy Edwards on the big team.
Think he saw you?
No doubt about it, but whether he recognized me or not, I don't know.
Yeah, we can't take any chances on that. The sheriff's been nosy enough as it is. Which way was the outfit heading?
South.
Well, the rate that they're traveling, you won't have any trouble overtaking them before they get to Mojave. With him sitting up there on that wagon, you'll be able to pick him off just as easy as a bottle sitting on a fence post. Get yourself something to eat. I'll take care of this load of ore.
Across the waste of desert, the big team crawled. Sandy Edwards at the jerk line, Swamper Ike atop the rear wagon, dreaming of Laurie. Unaware that at that very moment she was pushing her horse along the route they'd taken to warn him that Art Crowley was also riding to see him, with murder in mind.
Hey, Sandy, hold it!
Art Crowley's gunning for you, Sally. He aims to kill you.
Kill me? Why?
Uncle Fred put him up to it. They think you saw him stealing gold from Doc Whitley's claim.
Thanks, Laurie, for riding all the way out here to warn me. Might as well sit a spell and rest before you start back.
I'm not going back, Sal, ever. I'm staying with you and marrying you.
But I ain't proved nothing about who I am.
You don't need to. You're you. And I know now that's all that matters.
Now you two are talking sensible. But there's just one little obstacle between you and that preacher. Namely, a fellow named Crowley.
Did you hear him say where they plan on holding this little surprise party?
No. But they talked about shooting you off the wagon like a bottle off a fence post.
But the only place he could get close enough to do that would be when we're going through the canyon. If I only knew what spot, I could pull a little surprise party of my own.
Yeah, but you don't. If you go wandering around looking for him, 10 chances to 1 he'll get you first.
Sandy, you pull ahead to the mouth of the canyon. Make camp as usual. Take care of Laurie. I'm going to borrow your horse. I'll be back by daylight. Head for the corral. We're going for a ride. Where? We'll find out when you get there. Now move.
Well, this is where you ran off to. Well, you don't have to bother to come back.
I'm not aiming to. I'm staying here, marrying Sal.
Now, where's Crowley?
Crowley? Why, he's gone to Darwin.
He's not either. He's hiding somewhere up in the canyon waiting to shoot Sal. I heard you and him planning it.
Is that what she told you? Oh, Crowley went to Darwin, like I said.
All right, put this on.
What for?
You're going to ride Swamper through the canyon.
Swamper? I don't know nothing about swamping.
You will by the time you get through.
Yeah, if Crowley don't get you before you get through.
I told you that Crowley went to Darwin.
And you got nothing to worry about. Put it on.
You win. He's up in the canyon.
Whereabouts?
Up on the ridge. About the 4th.
easy as shooting a bottle off a fence post, is it?
So you got him, huh?
Got himself.
Slipped and fell.
We heard the shots. I was scared, Sal.
Not Sal. Joe. Look. Laurie, this is the proof I've been looking for.
The rock by the wheel. Well, I'll be darned.
Indian riding. What's it say?
Horse, this is a prairie schooner. This is the death sign. White man, white woman. No water. And this is the sign for the Kokopaw. A whole band of them came. They found a white baby. And this is a heart with the English word Joe in it.
It's your locket, Sal. I mean, Joe.
Well, by doggers, maybe that preacher was right about praying for what you want.
Only it's a little late. Don't make no difference now.
That's why you never found it before. It never did make no difference, and you two had to realize it.
But I still don't know my last name. I just can't call you Mrs. Joe.
Well, now, I've got a middle name I ain't never used. I'd be proud to give it to you. It's Williams.
Mrs. Joe Williams? How does that sound?
Wonderful.
Mrs. Joe Williams.
And now, Death Valley Days. Howdy, folks. I'm the old ranger, and I have another interesting true story for you about the historic Death Valley country. What happens when a sinner and a real smart one joins up with a band of saints? Saints with a capital S. That's the situation in the story you're about to hear. A story I call Miracle of the Seagull. It is the first week of April, 1847. In the back room of a lodging house in the bustling frontier town of St. Joseph, Missouri, James Reeves is busily at work behind locked doors, making counterfeit banknotes.
Who is it?
Sheriff Mack. All right, come on. What's the idea? Open up!
Evening, Sheriff.
What a night.
To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit from the law?
Heard you were looking for a team and wagon, is that right?
I sure am. Do you know of one?
Wasn't thinking of skipping town, was you?
You will have your little joke now, Sheriff.
All right, Reeves. Ain't got nothing pinned on you yet, Reeves. So if you want this outfit, it'll cost you $800.
$800?
Brigham Young has bought up everything in sight.
Brigham Young?
He's leading his first party west from winter quarters up the river to the promised land.
When? How soon?
Day after tomorrow, they leave. Maybe you'll be thinking of joining them.
Yes, by gosh, I will.
Hey, you must be in an all-fired hurry to leave town. A slick article like you taking up with the Latter-day Saints.
Oh, lay off me, Sheriff. I'm in a hurry to get west.
All right, Sonny. Just fork over $800 for this wagon team and you can leave town with my blessings. Oh, no. Good, hard, cold cash on the barrelhead. Coin of the realm. None of those pretty picture papers of yours, Sonny.
Give me some time to get the money.
Sure. Daylight tomorrow morning.
I'll have it.
Yeah. Take your tools with you.
You don't think I'd leave him here for you to use, do you, Sheriff?
You know, boy, it makes me feel real good to consign you and your considerable talents to Brother Brigham. Let's see what he'll make out of you.
James Reeves?
Yeah.
I spoke to Brigham Young. He says it's all right so long as you provide your own food.
I'm well stocked.
Because we've got just enough to last. Measured down to the last pound of flour.
Where is it you're bound for? California? Oregon?
That is between Brigham Young and God.
Even you don't know?
I am only an elder in the church. You are an outsider.
Oh, I trust I won't be regarded as too much of an outsider. Even though I haven't been baptized as yet.
Then you are interested?
I certainly am.
Good. You can fall in line anywhere with your wagon.
Thank you, Elder Snow.
Is that farm implements you have here under this tarpaulin?
No.
Oh. I was hoping it was. We're taking along all we've got room for. Seeds, too. So that we can start planting as soon as we find the promised land. You'll be expected to do your share of work. We're letting you go along because you've got a good right arm.
I've got two good arms.
For the service of the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
It will be your duty to keep a record of the distance covered each day by counting the revolutions of your wagon wheel. And no guesswork either. On the basis of your reports, we will establish mileposts along the way for the benefit of those who follow. James Reeves.
Oh, me?
You will gather buffalo chips.
Buffalo chips?
To use as fuel for our campfires.
Look, Elder, that's the lowest job in the whole outfit.
If there is any trade at which you are proficient, name it.
Well, I'd be very glad to pay somebody to do the work for me.
Put your money away. Every man in this company works for the common good. You've had your orders.
That's what you think. What's it worth to you to take over my job?
I've already got a job.
What about you?
He has a job, too. Everybody has.
Yeah, but look, here's your chance to make a little extra money.
Money has no place with us.
But it must have. What do you do when you want to buy things? Food, clothing.
The barter system works very well.
Barter?
Reeves, get a basket and start gathering fuel.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We've been gathering roots that we could use for dyes.
This is fuel.
You've never pioneered before. I can tell by your actions.
No, I'm a city man.
What line of work?
Printing.
Books. How wonderful.
And, general stuff.
Have you read the works of our prophet Joseph Smith?
No, I'm afraid not.
Or the discourses of Brigham Young?
But he doesn't have to. He can hear him preach.
If he attends the meetings.
Would you like to? There's a hymn sing this evening.
Why, thank you. I should be delighted.
You weren't singing.
I didn't know the words.
I'll teach them to you.
When?
Tomorrow when we make camp.
I'll be there with my best voice.
The Spirit of God like a fire is burning. The latter-day glory begins to come forth. Now repeat after me.
You have the longest eyelashes I've ever seen.
Why, Brother James, you're being irreverent.
I'm sorry.
How did you ever happen to join this company?
I was in a hurry to get west.
What are you going to do when you get there?
Make a fortune.
You're very sure of yourself, aren't you?
Well, I've already made quite a pile. You ever seen money? Come on, touch it. It won't bite you. Love to see you laugh. You have a dimple that comes and goes.
Why, I believe you're flirting with me. You do it with every girl.
You're the first Mormon, I swear.
What's the matter?
A lot of folks claim you Mormons have horns.
Well, look and see.
Sister Judith.
Brother Lorenzo, I was just teaching Brother James the words of our hymns.
There's work to be done. The evening meal to prepare. And fuel needed for the fires to cook it.
There are no buffalo along this part of the trail. I've looked.
Then find a substitute.
Where are we taking this cut through the mountains? I thought we were sticking to the Oregon Trail.
We're not going to Oregon.
Well, where are we going?
To the Promised Land.
And where's that?
The Lord is directing us.
You don't know. We're just wandering around through the wilderness.
Brigham Young will recognize the place.
Then I'll go and ask him.
Brigham Young is sick, stricken with mountain fever. He can talk to no one.
Stop it here.
Brother Brigham, we're out of the canyon. We're on a high plateau. Off there is the west.
It is enough. This is the place. We will settle in that valley.
Here on this campsite, we will build the city of Zion. According to these plans which I have drawn up. To the north, between the two creeks, will stand the temple of our God on a lot of 40 acres, adorned with trees. The city will be divided into blocks of 10 acres each, with 8 lots in a block of 1 1/4 acre each. Each man will be apportioned a lot. The streets will be wide. No house will be permitted to...
You fellows don't need a whole acre and a quarter to build a house on. Take an acre of it off your hands.
Each house will have to be 20 feet
The same offer goes to you.
No man will be suffered to cut up his lot and sell a part of it to speculate out of his brethren. Every man must keep his lot whole. For the Lord hath given it to us without price. The same is true of the land outside the city. It will be farmed cooperatively and neither bought nor sold.
Doesn't look like anything would grow in this soil. Dry as a bone. I thought the promised land would be cool and green.
There must be springs. There's certainly water up there in those mountains. And the man who owns the water rights will make a fortune. I'll ride up there the first chance I get and locate. Take up the timber rights, too. Behold, the future lumber king of the Salt Lake Valley.
Ah, there you are. I was looking for you. You've been assigned to a party to go up into the mountains to cut timber.
Timber?
For the stockade. Later on for houses. We'll need plenty. Well, man, what are you gawping at?
Would you mind telling me who got there first?
Why, the Lord, of course. It's him we have to thank for the trees, the streams. We'll bring water down, too, for irrigation.
We?
The Mormon Church.
I see.
Oh, you're back.
A receipt for my services cutting timber, which I'm about to present in exchange for food. You Mormons certainly fix it so nobody ever gets rich.
Food is worth its weight in gold at this point. Brigham Young put us on strict rations when he left.
He's gone?
Back east. To bring out another party in the spring. He made some other things rather plain, too, before he left. A single woman has no place in a community like this.
I quite agree.
I must select a husband.
That's easy. Marry me.
But you're not of our faith.
What difference does that make? I love you and you love me.
But you don't understand. Our laws are very strict.
All right, then. We'll move on to California. I've got plenty of money, and there's lots more where this came from.
Why do you always think you can buy whatever you want? It isn't a question of money. But these are my people. I belong here.
How can we get around him then?
There's only one way. You join the church.
Me? Become a Mormon? Never.
I didn't realize you felt that strongly about it.
I'm sorry, but I just can't go along with all these things you Mormons believe in. These signs and miracles and revelations. They're ridiculous.
Then I'll marry someone who does.
Who? Not that old blue-nosed Brother Lorenzo. He's old enough to be your father. Judith, you couldn't love him.
Brother Lorenzo's a fine man. And I respect him.
You don't know anything at all about love. But I could teach you.
How dare you, you infidel! I hate you, I despise you. I don't ever want to see you again.
You won't. I'm packing up and pulling out of here today. Shaking the dust of you Mormons off my feet forever. All I need is enough supplies to last me till I get to Fort Bridger. I'll pay you well.
We don't want your money.
Stop telling me that. This once, you've got to take it.
But we do need you. We're facing privations, hunger, dangers we know nothing about. We need all the help we can get till this year's crops are in.
Then I have no choice.
You've ridden along on our coattails this far, Brother Reeves. You can't run out on us now.
Seems to me she ought to be on her feet by now.
These low fevers, hang on.
She's been sick all winter. 3 times I've posted our marriage bans. And each time she's had a relapse.
You can't go against nature.
That soup you're making ought to put strength into her. Has a powerful smell.
It's a piece of buffalo hide quilt. I scraped the hair off of and boiled up.
Ah, Reeves.
I brought you some more firewood.
Thank you very much.
You're just the fellow I wanted to see, Brother James.
What for?
The church has given me a consignment of lumber at last to build my new house. Our new house. And your services to help build it.
My services?
I'd like to get started at once so it'll be ready to move into after we're married.
Why the devil should I build your house?
You haven't a word to say about it, brother, as long as you're a member of this community. The lumber will be delivered to my lot tomorrow morning. I'll see you there.
Brigham Young will be gratified with what we've accomplished during his absence. A score of babies born, more than 100 houses built, crops planted, and first grain heading up.
Just in time to save us all from starvation.
I knew we'd make out.
Look, there's another. Look. The sky's full of them.
Quick, to the fields, before they attack our crops! Round up, everybody. Tell them to bring rakes, shovels, anything they can fight with.
Where is that God of yours now, who brought us to this promised land?
You mustn't lose faith, Jim.
I never had it. How right I was. A lot of good your preaching and praying and singing has done you.
It's the only thing left for us now. Pray. Sisters and brethren, let us all unite in prayer.
Is he crazy stopping to pray at a time like this? Old fool.
Almighty God, look down upon these thy children, we beseech thee.
Hear our prayer.
We have worked hard and endured much, O Lord, to build a kingdom here, where we could worship thee according to our lights, and preach thy gospel.
Judith, you look so tired, so worn.
Pray, Jim, pray.
Rid us of these varmints, Lord.
Even as thou didst rid the land of Egypt of its plague of locusts in the days of Moses.
Save this land. Don't let these people starve. Not for myself, but for her, O Lord. Amen.
We ask it in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Seagulls! They can't be. Here in the middle of the desert?
They're coming down.
Look! They're after the crickets! They're devouring them!
They're eating them! They're eating them!
It's a miracle.
Yes, straight from heaven. Thank you, Lord. No man could live through such an experience and not come to believe.
If it's done that for you, then it was worth all we went through.
The first time in my life I ever prayed for something, instead of trying to buy it.
You've come a long way, Jim.
You don't know how far. I've always been a fake.
I don't believe that.
It's true. Instead of going after the real thing, I settle for imitations. Cheap counterfeit.
I'm real.
Judith, is there any hope for me?
Miracles have happened.
In Temple Square, Salt Lake City, is this monument to a seagull. The only monument in the United States in honor of a bird. It's a state crime out there to kill a seagull. For to this day, whenever the scourge of crickets threatens, the seagulls are ready and waiting to save the crops of Utah.
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন গায়ে হাত দিবেন কেন গায়ে দিবেন গায়ে হাত দিলে কি করবে একদম গায়ে করতেছেন তুই তুই গায়ে তুই আমি আজকে শেষ কর তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে ওরে আজকে বই
আপনি কোন রাস্তার মধ্যে আইছেন ভাই
এই এই আপনি কারে করছেন হ্যাঁ?
আরে ভাই আপনারে কই নাই আমার কল দিছিলাম এই কল রিসিভ করতেছ না বাইরে কইছি
আমারে কন্নে মানে এই আপনি নামেন তো নামেন আমি যাব না আমি যাব না আপনি কি কইতেছেন হ্যাঁ
আপনি যাইবেন না কেন
না আমি যাব না আপনি আপনি নামেন আমার টাকা দেন আমি জায়গা
দেমু না টাকা আমারে না নিয়ে গেলে আমি ভাড়া দেমু না
আরে আপনি কখন থেকে এই অলি গলি করতেছেন আপনার আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না একদমই সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না আপনি টাকা দেন আমি জায়গা
আমার সুবিধার লোক মনে হইতেছে না কি কইতেছেন আপনি কি কইতেছেন
গায়ে হাত দিবেন কেন
গায়ে দেমু না এ বড় গায়ে দিলে কি করবে একদম গায়ে
করতেছেন তুই গায়ে আমি আজকে শেষ কর তুই টাকা দে আমার টাকা দে
ওরে আজকে বই
মোটরসাইকেল করে নিয়ে যেতেছেন ভাই এটা আমার মালিকের মোটরসাইকেল ভাই ভাই মোটরসাইকেল নিয়ে যান না
গাড়ি থামলো কেন
স্যার একটা অ্যাক্সিডেন্ট হয়েছে
ভাই ভাই আমার একটু বাঁচান
স্যার
ভাই
পেটে তো ছুরি
মনে হচ্ছে চিন্তা কি
হসপিটাল নিয়ে যান ভাই
স্যার হসপিটালে নিয়ে যাব
আরে পাগল হইছো এত রাতে থানা পুলিশের ঝামেলা কে যাবে চালাও গাড়ি
স্যার কি অবস্থা মনে হয় না বাবা
ভাই যাই না ভাই ও ভাই আমার একটু হসপিটাল
nhầm buổi tía nó xóa ha ha tía thầy nhót này mà bình tĩnh tự tin mà tự tin bình bye bye gái đổ mồm luôn mà sự là khỏe đấy mà thầy say bài ấy bình chia sẻ có sa ra có rakan chọn thắng bại át này binh xong là át luôn mà sao có xin ra ấy nhưng mà anh đéo dùng rồi ui xét này xét đây là vài cảnh đệ đẹp đéo chịu được không sao thầy ơi bay cho thầy quay đều quay ui con lắc rồi sao cút mày đi xong rồi có át rồi thằng này đánh bài va vẫn sao ra còn bài đẹp phết định mạnh cái xét này ui bình điết xét là mình sẽ kiếm là một cái cung mà cung một con Kizana hoặc là một con Nautilus lấy cái thú tượng này cho in nào bắn cung không bắn cung lấy đồ cho át cho tí thầy ui rồi xong nhặt nhầm đồ ha ha what the hell man nhặt nhầm đồ thế mà cũng phải lái xe đùa tao à đùa tao không vậy thế mà cũng một cộng một ending trồn ngủ không trồn thầy không Cinderella này cút có một cút dấu hiểu nhặt ngu đấy ngu đấy rớt ở đây rồi xong sao có càng ngày đây thì vậy có ai mà lại có cái thằng này ở đây cấm à à 14 mà cút nè xong chịu rồi nhặt nhầm đồ lỗ tắc ngủ nó mau nhỉ mày xem đi Thầy ơi, không ai nhận được cái gì? Có nhận không? À đây, vòng quay may mắn, vòng quay vô cực. Anh 2 vòng à? Quay đều ra cái pet đỏ đỏ ấy đi, ra cái pet đỏ đỏ. Đi ra qua. Đi quay được vào pet Omega. Chịu rồi, tí vào lừa tao. Đi qua mà trôn, lại đi qua. Trôn tố bố. Đi trôn tao, đi xin à? Đi xin chuẩn không vậy? Rồi xong, bình. Xong, thắng. Không thắng. Suýt thắng. Quả phe bắn được phết nhưng mà suýt thắng thôi. Thầy bay tốc độ cao ấy. Bay tốc độ cao luôn. Sợ cái gì? Cút. Bắn này phải. Có cái ấy này, có cái đấm cho xét bình. Đây chứ phải gỡ đồ của thằng này ra. Gỡ đồ thằng này và cho xét thực sự binh không? Cầm con này vẫn được, mà gỡ đồ nó ra cho xét à? Được trái nhở? Ui, trái điếc. Giảm hưu nhở? Có hưu này, giảm hưu này. Mày hưu bố gái. Giảm hưu luôn. Át à? Ê, trùng bài nha. Sao ngày tiên nhận át làm chí? Có đánh bài tớ không? Có đánh này át, nó choáng, nó lắc có choáng. Khó chịu đấy. Thôi thua. Át, con lắc có choáng thì khó chịu quá. Kéo thua. Để em ngu à? Con lắc át là bạn yếu nhở? Át 1. Của mình là tích lỗi tại lâu ấy chứ. Thua. Đi thắng, con nào ngu khỏe quá. Có một đồ on. Sự khó đấy. Át này. Lên chất 8 mà để nhét 4 đấy vào này. 8 là gần cho con mỏi. Chất 9 thì con xin vào xong. Xin ra vào nữa. Định mệnh. Đúng rồi, định mệnh. Xin ra vào bình. Định mệnh vaccine. Rồi bay tốc độ cao. Anh ác quỷ mà. Anh hóa ác quỷ lobby World 2. Rồi chỉ gọi anh là bố. Anh là bố của lobby World 2. Ai à? Một đồ à? Ai à? Rồi một đồ ánh sáng. Cùng đao không? Cùng đao. Ui. 20% tốc đánh là truy sân phá à? Đây không? Đây không cần. Ôi trời ơi. Thôi xong rồi. Mong là có bắn được ra. Biết nháy mà mong là bắn được ra. Đấy. Phải thủ tượng. Mong có bắn được ra. Anh lỡ nhặt nhầm rồi. Không có 36 máu chứ. Đầu 3 tổng 9 à? Nếu biết sống không? Rồi, anh được 382. Bao nhiêu? 160 à? Chứ được phải làm một lần nữa. Một hoặc 2 lần nữa. Rồi một tí năng lượng này chụp anh xin này. Giờ thì quay rồi sao? Chưa 10 tiếng nữa. Tôi mất kiếm thời gian chơi game. Trốn. Ngon. Đấu này. Đấu sĩ à? Quyền năng đi. Quyền năng viết kiếm này. Cái đồ hộ bố gái. Bao nhiêu à? 26 tỷ à? Người thì là 200 rồi. Năm 2 là 1 tỷ. 10 là 5. 10 là 5 nát. 10 nát. Đó, 200 lát. 2 triệu một lát. 200 lát. 2, 4. Đúng rồi, 40 củ. Sôi dữ rồi. Hai trăm ngoài lần nữa đấy. Một sống với à? Đúng 2 bay 2 nữa là lên 5 phút. Bay một chia xong. Bình chi lên. Bình nhé. Đúng nào? Olivia ngon có biết kiếm của đánh đâu. Máu hôi máu mày mày biết kiếm cái này tôi biết kiếm sự bình chi linh ấy. Kia ai cầm kiếm này và cái đem máu này. Kia ai cầm kiếm này. Rồi quay thằng lấy đâu, thằng lấy rồi. Chuẩn không? Chuẩn không? Tranh mày tranh với tao. New record á. 233 vòng. Mình bắt đầu bây giờ. Nhật báo mà. 7 củ trừ đi 30% hả? 20% tiếp quỷ à? 100 không? 110 à? Kiểu tầm 5 quá. Để thử đang bay cho mình. Ai mà lại ai mày người rồi hiện tại wow một tỷ lắm 50 thì vào khoảng là bao nhiêu nhỉ? 240 à? 5 thì bỏ 250. Đủ mày được không? Mày ghê 250 mũ 50 của ông thầy 29 này 12 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 5 6 7 8 9 3 5 6 6 3 7 40 à? Video 1 ngày 2 tháng 7 2024 binh chia linh Let's go boy. Không, cái gì hiện ở trên màn hình của tôi vậy? Nó sẽ quay tiếp cái trò lò lò là màu này. Từ anh chỉnh cho nó thẳng bên cộng 10%. Good landing. Cánh tốt. Chỉnh tiếp. Hay á? Đúng rồi. Chuẩn không? Học từ từ. Bên 15 lap rồi á. Saya một bút bút này. Vào Discord á. Ngày tiếp rồi. Anh cày xem đến bao giờ được 80 củ cái đầu ngoài. Thì anh vào anh quanh 10 lần. Vào 5 củ 10 lần. Cái cày vòng sau tận 50 củ và thua. Nó một quay được, nó có đủ tiền quay vòng này. Cú chết rồi. Bên chia lên, bên chia lính. Chuẩn ông thầy. Kathleen thông đạo Diốt à? Rồi sao anh sao phải hạ cánh rồi? Bình. Thầy cho nó xoay tròn nhé. Đây ở đây. Perfect. Á. Shit. Người la vậy. Perfect không? Perfect. Đây, perfect. Bình. Gì vậy? Đây à? Không ai ơi, không phải đâu. Cơ sở đấy là trụ sở chính quan chủ để sống nhiều công ý quan chủ lại với Hà Đông Cung cho nóng đang nóng này là gì lãng nhu bộ khởi đầu vấn thiên cung khởi đầu bố ngon rồi nhau ngon rồi này ngon rồi này ngon bài gì này ngon thần dân linh mệnh bình và vẽ biết đâu hiểu được mà nó cũng chuẩn chỉ chứ cái khổng lồ chỉ lấy một cái đéo này nhét lên thì cái khổng lồ vậy thì sao Vinh trên lên không nhặt trước lần rồi hello guys tao chắc sẽ chinh choang chưa mấy thằng Trung Quốc ra này mẹ có thằng điên xin ở Pripyat mày có thích Pripyat không có thằng con lợn này 34 tỷ nha bay đến 80 triệu mời đồng yes bay rồi nguyên nhà nếu giờ đánh nguyên nhà vào không chết một con chữ đấy như phải đét thì mấy con này ở dưới mình sẽ quay một cười nó chịu mới tắc kè này nhìn như con nhái bên chia lên không đúng vậy nghe rồi ai đánh bộ khởi đầu đúng không vậy đọc một tướng à không ai đánh bộ khởi đầu cũng thầy à coi thầy xin phép vậy còn tiền 3 sao tiếp 3 để check bài á trong có thằng đánh á này có oan thì sao không phải đánh thần rừng chữ đâu hiệu này đánh là suốt rồi à
আচ্ছা আপনি ওই দিন আপনার আম্মার সামনে আমার লগে এরকম ব্যবহার করছেন কেন
আমার ইচ্ছে হয়েছে আমি করছি আর আমার পিছে ঘুরে লাভ নেই
কেন আমি আপনার ভালোবাসি না, করবো না কেলা।
বেহায়া মেয়ে রে বাবা, তোমার তো আমি ক্লিয়ার করে বলছি যে আমি তোমার বিয়ে করব না।
আরে আপনার আম্মাই তো আমার পছন্দ করছো, তো আপনি শাদি করবেন না কেলা?
তাহলে তারই বিয়েটা করো।
জি জি জি, আস্তাগফিরুল্লাহ, কি কইতাছেন? আমি আপনার আম্মারে কেলা শাদি করব? আমি তো আপনার শাদি করব। আর আপনি যদি আমার শাদি না করছেন তাহলে কয়ে দিলাম, ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম আমার হাতে লিখুন।
তোমার যা ইচ্ছা তুমি তাই করো, আমি একদমই ভয় পাই না। আগের বার মাইনে নিছি, খেলা ছিল দেখা, এটা খেলা না, এটা আমার জীবন। আমি জীবন নিয়ে ছেলে খেলা করতে পারবো না।
আমি হাঁচা হাঁচা কইতেছি, আমি কিন্তু ব্লেড দিয়ে
হাতে পায়ে গলায় মুখে সব জায়গায় যেখানে ইচ্ছা সেখানে লেখো, ইংরেজি বাংলা ফার্সি যেটাতে পারো সেটাতেই লেখো, আমার কিচ্ছু যায় আসে না।
আপনার আমি শেষবারের মতো কইতেছি, আপনার আর বেশি সময় দিব না, শুধুমাত্র 12 ঘন্টা সময় দিলাম। এই 12 ঘন্টার মধ্যে আপনি আপনার মত বদলাইবেন, নাহলে কইলাম আমি হাঁচায় ব্লেড দিয়ে আপনার নাম লিখে ফেলাম, আমার কেউ আটকাইতে পারবো না।
আরামসে তুমি সিগারেট টানো, বুঝে নাই শান্তিতে, আর ওদিক দিয়ে কাম সারছে।
আরে শুনোস না, ওই মেয়ে তো ডেঞ্জারাস একটা ঘটনা ঘটায় ফেলছে, লেট দিয়ে হাত কাটছে। এখন কি গো মামা?
ওই মেয়েটা
বস কি মামা? হাত
কেন? ওই মেয়ের তোর কোনো কথা হয়েছিল?
কালকে রাত্রেবেলা বাসার সামনে এসে দাঁড়ায় ছিল, আমার 12 ঘন্টার আলটিমেটাম দিছে। এই কিসের আলটিমেটাম দিছে রে? হ্যাঁ, আরে ওই বিয়াতে রাজি না হইলে কি জানি।
এই কথা তুই আগে কবি না?
আরে আমি কি বুঝছি নাকি? আরে না বাবার কি আছে, বুঝোস না, মেয়েটা তো ডেঞ্জারাস। এখন যদি কিছু হয়ে যায় মামা, আমাকে তো পুলিশে ধরে নিয়ে যায়। আমি কি করছি?
ও আমি কি করছি কিছু জানো না? ওই বেটা আইনার মারপে জানো, জীবনে তো থানায় তুই যাস্তে জানবি কেন? থানায় আমি গেছি ফোন, যে কোনো হলে আত্মহত্যা প্ররোচনকারী যেই হোক না কেন, তার নাম যদি একবার থানায় গিয়ে কয় মামা, তাহলে তার খবর আছে। এখন তুই কি করবি তুই চিন্তা করে দেখ।
কি করছে সব? এই লাইলি বাইচা আছে তো? হ্যাঁ শুনলাম, ও তো বাইচা আছে। কোন হসপিটাল আছে কো, আমি যাই একটু দেখা করে আসি।
হসপিটালে যাই দেখা করে, হসপিটাল থাকলে এতক্ষণ তুমি চৈত শিকার ভিত্তা থাকলা, বুঝো নাই? আর তুমি যাই হয়তো বাসায় আছে। এই তুই কি ওর বাসায় যাবি?
তুই যাবি মামা?
হায় রে খোদা, তুমি আইছো, আমি জানতাম তুমি আইবা। আমি লাইলে কইছি তুমি আসবা। চ্যাংরা হও আর রক্ত গরম হও, মানুষ তো, তোমার মনের ভিতরে সেই প্রেমটা আছে।
আচ্ছা আমি লাইলির সাথে একটু দেখা করবো।
লাইলির সাথে দেখা করবা?
কেমন আছে ও?
আছে বাবা, আসো আসো, তোমার আমি একটু দেখা করে আসো।
এইসব কি?
প্লেট দিয়ে তোমার নাম লিখছি, বানান ঠিক আছে?
একদম ঠিক আছে। কিন্তু কি বলো বাইক না, ভালো হয়েছে না? আমি কিন্তু লাইলিতে কইছিলাম, লাইলি ছবি তুইলা ওরা পাঠাই দে। ওই কইছে যে না, কিছু জিনিস আছে এগুলো ছবি তুলে পাঠালে সঠিকভাবে দেখা যায় না, সামনাসামনি দেখতে হয়। এর লেগে তো এতক্ষণ ধরে তোমার জন্য অপেক্ষা করতেছি।
এইসব পাগলামির কোনো মানে আছে?
আছে না, তোমার আমি শাদি করব, তুমি আমার শাদি করবা, করবা না?
এই তুমি কি আমার বলদ পাইছো? বলদ এই পাশে দাঁড়ানো লোকটার মতো।
নিলে তুমি আমার মামার নিয়ে কি করতেছো?
আমি বলবো তুমি শুনবা। মানে এই যদি তোমার হাত কাটার নমুনা হয়, হ্যাঁ আমি জানলে আমি জীবনেও আসতাম না। আর যদি হাত সত্যি সত্যি কাটতাও তাও আসতাম না, কোনো লাভই হতো না। আমি তোমারে বিয়ে করব না। তোমার মতো মেয়ের সাথে শুধুমাত্র মজা নেওয়া যায়, বাড়ির বউ করা যায় না। তোমার মধ্যে ওই রকম কোনো এলিমেন্টই নাই।
তুমি তো বেশি বেশি করতেছো না?
এই মাঝখান দিয়ে ঢুকে গেলেন? হ্যাঁ সাদে কি আপনার মানুষের হাবলু কয়? এর লেগে আপনার হাবলু কয়। কারণ ঢুকছেন যখন, তখন আমারে না বুঝায় আপনার এই ড্রামাবাজ ভাগ্যিরে বুঝান। আমি ওরে বিয়ে করবো না, আমি মরে গেলে ওরে বিয়ে করবো না। মানে নিজের তো কোনো মান সম্মান নাই, পরিবারের মান সম্মানটা যদি খোয়াইতে না চাও তাহলে এসব বন্ধ করো। সবার সামনে অপমান করবো না।
থাক ভাগ্নি, তুই কষ্ট পাইস না, হয় তোরা বুঝতে পারে নাই। আর যেদিন বুঝতে পারবো, ওই কান্দা বুক চাপলাইব, তখন বুঝবো যে কি জিনিস হারাইছি। তুই কান্দিস না ভাগ্নি, একদম কান্দিস না, তুই থাক, আমি আইতাছি, দেখতেছি।
Đừng có tốt. Đâu. Rating. Mình để xét vậy. Network. Tập tay sau còn làm đầu được mình nhận gì đây kìa, là bắt quay giáp nữa đi 200 quay giáp. Vậy mình đạt được 5 quay giáp một lúc bơ nhéo chu phải làm từ từ. DNA tổ cái bàn DNA tổ hoặc là nối liên kết cả đi em không sợ đâu để sao nó sợ giờ mắt loại biết tại mày mà thế quay làm cô áo nơi nói được khi chỉ bông đùa nạp thế nào để biết đâu là thật. Nụ cười trên môi đơn giản nhưng suy loạn âu lo lại thật. Bọn ruồi thích bu vải mật mấy con ong bỏ nhân gạch thật. Nhưng chiến tranh tạo ra phát triển hòa bình rồi đâu có khi tại Phật. Lái cứ bay hay chỉ toàn là mây mỏng mà động. Vậy chúng mày nhân bài quá nhanh. Hãy xem bọn tao cáo sớm sớm những cái không vào. Mình đừng cứ vịt vào. Nhưng vẫn là bạn. Và nhận. À, cái chip. Xoay vòng á. Đâu. Cái này mà. Cái gì? Là cái đấy. Lại một 6 nhân. Không rào. nha. Ừ. Mình nó xuống xong xe rồi. Vừa trong xe đấy. Biết đâu. Chẳng còn. Thấy đâu có gì đâu ngoài những vết thương sâu, lâu vẫn cứ thấy đâu. Trộm tuổi đó này, nó này lấy hỏng. Phải là một à? Quá là lừa đảo. Hình như nó nhẫn nhầm quăng. Người ta đã quay trở cả cuộc đời. Trong buồn và ai ở trong mình. Người bạn tớ thứ sáu học tối cơ. Ở trong mình hai ok xong tối anh đi học về xong thì sẽ viết thôi. Nhưng mà ai nhất luôn có bữa ba có tại tám tôi lòng thiếu